Welcome to WD Electronics. In this installation guide, we're taking you step by step through the Signal Pro turn signal kit for 2019 and newer Can-Am Defender HD10 models. This video covers the following front turn signal options: replacement signature lights and round amber LEDs. This kit includes the WD Signal Pro control module with customizable self-canceling, installation mode, diagnostic LEDs, and more. Let's get started. Remove the hood by sliding the panel forward. Rotate the hood up and out of the way. Next, remove the two push pins on the driver's side hood panel. Remove the two T30 bolts in the wheel well on the bottom side of the panel. Slide the panel forward to disengage the retaining clips and set the panel aside. Remove the lower grille by pushing up on the bottom and pull it out. Next, remove the front quarter panel. This panel is held in with 7 T30 bolts and screws. Remove the two T30 bolts on the side of the panel. Next, remove the 3 T30 bolts in the wheel well. Remove the T25 bolt in the door jamb. Next, remove the two T30 bolts in the door jamb. Once the fasteners are removed, remove the panel, being careful not to tear the foam padding near the roll cage. Remove the center switch panel. Carefully pry around the edges of the panel to release the retaining clips. Tilt the steering wheel up and remove the 4 T15 screws and the single push pin from under the steering column. Remove both halves of the steering shroud. Locate the template sticker for the steering column shroud and cut around the outer perimeter. Cut out the two inner rectangles with the diagonal inner shading. Line up the center line on the sticker where the two halves of the shroud come together. Place the right edge of the sticker aligned with the edge of the shroud closest to the steering wheel. Install the sticker on the shroud as evenly as possible and verify that it is smooth and adheres completely. Use a paint marker to fill in the two areas that you cut out. Trace the cutout mark on the sticker with a razor blade to score the plastic. Then remove the sticker after tracing the outline. Use a sharp blade to cut out the areas. Be careful and cut precisely. Place the next template on the inside of the bottom half of the column shroud. Cut out the inner shape with the diagonal inner shading. You may also cut out the optional section. The shroud will bulge slightly on the bottom if you don't cut this section out, but will still be able to be installed. Line up the center line on the sticker to the center of the shroud. Place the right edge of the sticker aligned with the edge of the two shroud mounting points. Install the sticker on the shroud as evenly as possible and verify that it is smooth and adheres completely. Use a paint marker to fill in the area that you cut out. Trace the cutout mark on the sticker with a razor blade to score the plastic. Remove the sticker after tracing the outline. Use a sharp blade to cut out the areas. Be careful and cut precisely. On the inside of the shroud, trim out a small section for the switch wire to pass through. Locate the turn signal lever and mounting bracket. Install the bracket to the switch in the orientation shown, using the 3 provided M4 bolts and a 2.5mm hex key. Verify the WD logo on the turn signal lever is facing you, and install the round portion of the bracket to the column. Slip the round portion of the smaller bracket underneath the column and line up the holes. Install the bolts through the round bracket and start tightening by hand. Once the bolts are hand tight, fit the column shroud halves over the bracket. Verify the column switch bracket matches the opening you cut. Fully secure the bracket to the column completely using a 3mm hex key. Verify the wire for the switch is passing through both areas that were cut out and not being pinched. Reinstall the column shroud. On the driver's side of the machine, remove the storage bin to the left of the tilt piston. The bin is held in with 2 plastic pins and can be removed by prying on the side of the bin to release them. Remove the 2 T30 bolts on the right side of the panel near the tilt piston. Remove the 2 8mm bolts on the inside of the opening at the top below the rocker switches. Remove the panel. Locate the Signal Pro control module and mounting hardware. Place a piece of masking tape on a flat surface. Position the control module on top and trace its outline and the 2 mounting holes. Locate the area in the wheel well and stick the tape to the firewall. Verify there is nothing behind the panel and drill 2 holes using an 11/64" drill bit. Locate the main wiring harness. Connect the 34-pin connector to the control module. Verify the connector clips into place. From the front, insert the 2 included bolts through the control module and the drilled holes. From behind, place a washer and then a lock nut on each bolt. Tighten the hardware using a 2.5mm Allen wrench and a 7mm wrench to secure the module. Route the black cable on the main wiring harness with the red, black, and white inner wires and 4-pin translucent yellow connector towards the turn signal switch you mounted earlier. Connect the 2 mating connectors and verify that they clip into place near the back of the instrument cluster. Secure the wiring for the turn signal switch under the dash. Verify that the wiring is secured away from any hot or moving components. Now, it's time to install the front turn signal lights. If you purchased the round amber LEDs, skip to this time in the video. If you purchased the replacement signature lights, skip ahead to this time. To route the 6 LED harness, you will need to trim the plastic under the quarter panel you remove. The cutout is nested under the interior panel. Use a razor blade and cut it out along the pre-marked area. Locate the 6 LED harness and extension harness. Route the LEDs down beneath the headlights on each side. Connect the 8-pin connector to the mating connector on the extension harness. Verify the connector clips into place. Route the harness over the top edge of the plastic near the control module to the other side where you trimmed the clearance hole. Connect the 8-pin connector on the extension harness to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify the connector clips into place. Locate the side of the harness with the driver's side label. Route the LEDs beneath the driver's side headlight. Route the passenger side of the harness in front of the radiator, following the factory wiring harness, to the area underneath the headlight. You may install the LEDs anywhere you like, so long as the harness reaches and the plastic is a single layer thick. Mark the locations for 3 3/4-inch holes. We recommend taping the panel with painter's tape before marking and drilling to make a cleaner hole. Carefully drill out the holes with a 3/4-inch spade drill bit, hole saw, or step drill bit. Slide the rubber grommets off the LEDs and down onto the black and white wires. Feed the amber LEDs through the back side of the holes you drilled, followed by the rubber grommets. Install the rubber grommets into the holes, making sure they are inserted evenly. Press each of the LEDs into the rubber grommets to secure them in place. Secure the harness to the factory wiring as closely as possible. Feed any excess length of wiring under the dashboard and secure it. Now that the lights are installed, skip ahead to this time in the video to continue the installation. To minimize the possibility of damaging any mounting points, do not use a drill or impact for the signature light install. Depending on the trim of your machine, you may or may not have factory signature lights. The installation will remain the same for machines equipped and not equipped with factory signature lights. Starting on the driver's side, remove your factory signature light or plastic placeholder insert. Remove the headlight stabilizing screw. This will allow you enough room to remove the hex bolt above the signature light. Disconnect the power connector from the light or placeholder by lifting the locking tab and sliding the connector free. You may loosen the bolt for the headlight to give yourself more clearance to remove the signature light bolt. Remove the signature light bolt. There are 2 plastic tabs holding in the signature light. With one hand, press the plastic tab in and push the lens or insert with the other hand until the tab releases. If the tabs are hard to release, you can use some WD-40 or dish soap to help lubricate the tabs. You can also gently use a flat blade screwdriver to help push the tabs, but be careful not to damage them. Once the signature lights or inserts are removed, install the WD signature lights. Put them in place from the back of the bumper, slide the alignment tabs into the signature light, and clip them into place. Reinstall the hex bolt into the top of each light and the headlight stabilizing screw. Finally, reconnect the factory wiring harness to the replacement signature lights. Repeat the installation on the passenger side of the vehicle. Locate the signature light wiring harness. Connect the 8-pin connector on the harness to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify the connector clips into place. Route the bullet terminals to the left out of the grommet under the A-pillar. Continue routing the terminals following the factory headlight wiring to the cavity behind the driver's side signature light. Once you reach the driver's side signature light, connect the bullet terminal on the wire with the driver's side label to the mating terminal on the back of the light. Verify they are fully connected and the plastic insulation is fully covering each connection. Split the zip wire as much as needed and route the black wire past the radiator to the passenger's side signature light. Connect the bullet terminal to the mating terminal on the light. Verify they are fully connected and the plastic insulation is fully covering the connection. Secure the wiring to the factory wiring near the headlight as closely as possible. Feed any excess length of wiring under the dashboard to secure it. Now it's time to install the taillight adapters. Open the tailgate and remove the two 10mm bolts on the taillights and slide the taillights free. Starting on the driver's side, disconnect the connector from the back of the taillight by lifting the locking tab and sliding it free. Install the taillight adapter with the extra blue connector in line with the factory wiring and driver's side taillight. Verify both connectors clip into place. On the passenger side, disconnect the connector from the taillight. Install the taillight adapter with the long white wire in line with the factory wiring and passenger side taillight. Verify both connectors clip into place. Route the long white wire across the bed following the factory wiring harness. Continue following the wiring into the driver's side taillight cavity. Secure it to the frame using the provided zip ties. You will need to remove any center tunnel access panels to route the rear harness. Starting in the front passenger footwell area, remove the 3 push pins from the center panel. Remove the battery cover by twisting the 2 locks to release it. If your machine is a 4-door model, remove the 3 push pins from the panel in the rear passenger footwell area as well. Slide the panel free. Under the dash, locate the bundle of multicolored wires with bullet terminals. Select 3 available wires. Make sure the same 3 colors are available on the bundle in the center tunnel area. Locate the black wire with the 3 bullet terminals on the main wiring harness. Connect the rear harness bullet connectors to the mating terminals on the colors you chose. Verify the plastic insulation is fully covering the connections. In the front center tunnel area, locate another bundle of multicolored wires with bullet terminals. Locate the long black cable with the 3 inner wires and bullet connectors. Connect the end of the cable with the 3 male bullet terminals to the mating female bullet terminals on the colors you selected in the center tunnel. Verify the plastic insulation is fully covering each connection. Once connected, confirm that each of the inner wires, red, black, and white, on both sides of the black cables are connected to the same color code on both ends of the pre-run wires. Once you've confirmed the terminals are connected correctly, route the long cable through the center tunnel following factory wiring to the back of the machine. Route the harness out of the bed area and continue routing the harness following factory wiring to the passenger side taillight. Route the cable following the taillight adapter wiring across the bed to the driver's side taillight cavity. At the driver's taillight, make the 3 bullet terminal connections between the long black cable and the taillight adapters. Verify they are connected red to red, black to black, and white to white, and that the plastic insulation is fully covering each connection. Go back and secure the black cable to the factory wiring harness under the dash and along the length of the machine using the included zip ties. Secure any extra length of wire under the rear seat or under the dash. Verify that the cable cannot contact any hot or moving components, especially near the engine and suspension. Locate the license plate mounting bracket in your turn signal kit. Our recommended mounting location is along the metal frame under the dump bed. Before mounting, Verify the plate won't hit anything when the dump bed is tilted up. Hold the bracket up to your desired mounting location. Once you have the bracket lined up where you'd like it, mark the 2 locations on the frame using a silver marker or a center punch tool. Secure the mounting bracket with the included self-tapping screws in your hardware kit using a drill or impact driver and a 10mm socket. Use a pair of scissors or side cutters and cut a small 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch wide tab out of the top of your license plate as shown. Leave enough space for the wires on the LED frame to come through. Bend the tab over so it lies flat, or cut it off. Install your trimmed license plate into the LED license plate frame. Line up the top 2 holes on the frame and plate with the holes on the mounting bracket. Secure the frame and license plate to the mounting bracket using the 4 included bolts and nylon lock nuts. Verify that the wiring is not pinched before fully tightening the hardware. Locate the power cable in your license plate kit. It has a black and blue 2-pin connector on one end and 2 bullet terminals on the other end. Connect the 2-pin connector to the mating connector on the taillight adapter you installed previously. Route the bullet terminals, following the corrugated factory wiring harness, out of the taillight cavity. Connect the power cable to the LED frame using the mating bullet terminals. Verify that it's connected red to red and black to black, and that the plastic insulation is fully covering each connection. Secure any extra wire in the taillight cavity. With the driver's side hood panel removed, there's a hole in the frame with a zip tie in it. Remove the zip tie, securing the headlight wiring. Install the horn mounting bracket onto the horn housing. Use the included 10mm nut and bolt to install the bracket in place over the hole. Secure the wiring you removed from the mounting hole used for the horn bracket with a zip tie or by drilling a new hole and inserting the zip tie clip into it. Locate an available rocker switch slot in your dash. Remove the rocker switch blank from the backside of the panel. Locate the combination horn and hazard harness and disconnect the rocker switch from the harness by gently lifting on the locking tab to release it. Route the socket through the back of the switch opening in the dash. Reinstall the rocker switch into the plastic socket. Verify that the round pin on the switch lines up with the round hole in the socket and that the locking tab clips back into place. Clip the rocker switch into your dash. Activate the rocker to verify that it moves freely. Route the 8-pin connector following factory wiring to the control module. Connect the 8-pin connector to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify the connector clips into place. Locate the horn extension with the black and blue 2-pin connector. Connect the extension to the mating connector on the horn hazard switch harness. Route the end with the black and red spade terminals, following the signature light harness to the horn. Connect the terminals to the mating terminals on the horn housing in either direction. These connections are reversible. Now it's time to integrate the dash indicators. Before starting this step, disconnect the negative battery cable from the battery to prevent any fuses blowing during installation. Remove the instrument cluster from the dash by carefully pulling around the edges. Disconnect the connector from the back of the instrument cluster by sliding the red locking tab up. Depress the now exposed black locking tab and slide the connector free. Remove the white-colored retaining cover by depressing the locking tabs on the ends of the cover. Our recommendation is to insert 2 small flat blades or picks into each side of the openings and lightly pull to free the cover from the connector housing. The pin positions are not numbered on this connector. When holding the connector with the red tab facing up, the slots that you will install the wires are in the 4th pin from the left side on both the top and bottom rows. Remove the small white placeholder plugs by using a small pick tool to push them out from the back side. Install the black wire into the top row and the red wire into the bottom row. Double check that all the pins are seated and aligned evenly before reinstalling the white retaining cover. Reinstall the cover and route the other side of the wire with the 4-pin connector to the main wiring harness. Reconnect the plug back into the instrument cluster. Make the connection to the mating connector and verify the connector clips into place. Under the dash, behind the center switch panel, locate the accessory plug near the positive busbar post. It is secured to the plastic with a white dummy plug. Remove the white dummy plug from the hole it's mounted in and remove the black connector from the cap by depressing the locking tab and sliding the connector free. Locate the power cable. Connect the smaller 2-pin connector to the accessory plug. Verify the connector clips into place. Route the 2-pin connector with the blue clip to the control module. Connect it to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify the connector clips into place. Now you're ready to reassemble and test out your lights. To check your work on the installation and verify everything is functioning properly, we recommend putting the Signal Pro control module into installation mode. To learn how to do this, follow the written instructions in the turn signal kit. To ask us installation-related questions or to order a premium turn signal kit, please visit wdelectronics.com.